So,
Now, Sam, trade professionals aren't necessarily always associated with toughness and grit under extreme physical pressure, but you recently managed to defeat a wild animal that had infiltrated your home. Do you
oh,
want
I
to tell
did.
us about that?
Oh, yeah, I can tell you about that. So I was sitting in the living room with my 16-month-old daughter quite early in the morning. It's about 5:30 in the morning, and then we heard this rustling from behind the fireplace. And the first, my instinct was, well, ignore it; it'll go away, but it didn't. So then I asked Twitter, what could this be? What do people suggest? And people said, well, probably a pigeon. And there's a flap in your fireplace that you can actually use to let it out. So being a brave man, I allowed my wife and child to leave and took it upon myself to resolve this situation. And then I pushed open the flap, and then the pigeon started moving. So I ran away screaming in the first instance and retrieved a mop. And once I had a mop, so I could open the fireplace flap from a distance, I prodded it. And eventually, after there was more screaming. I didn't put all of this online because there's only so much humiliation I'm willing to bring on myself. But eventually, the pigeon emerged and flew around up my living room, got soot on the white ceiling, which I'm quite annoyed about, and then it landed quite neatly in my daughter's toy basket. So I plucked up the courage and charged it with my mop, and then it fled out the window, and I let out a long, anguished sigh of relief. And it went down quite well on the internet. All of this, because of course I videoed it, because without video, and if it's not on Twitter, then it didn't happen. I've since had 3 media organisations get in contact trying to license it, but I've decided that whilst I'm an attention seeker, I'm not that much of an attention seeker. So I've ignored those emails.